performances by an American president in memory. Is the backlash warranted? Let's bring in right now Democratic strategist Howard Franklin and Republican strategist and pollster Justin Wallin. Justin, to you first on this. His own party, he has got critics left and right coming out. Newt Gingrich, of all people, went after him. Is this deserved?
Well, he's getting a lot of backlash from folks who have always been staunchly anti-Russia, and I think Americans certainly are not fond of autocrats, nor are Republicans. But I think outside of the Washington bubble, I think largely Americans, well, I know largely Americans just really don't care much about Russia. And every time this spikes in one way or another, in the media, on the news, in Capitol Hill, it has a little bit of resonance, but it subsides really, really quickly among American voters, at least the majority, if not the supermajority. I don't think in terms of his base, in terms of politics, it matters.
But look, I mean, you know, Howard, this is American diplomacy and safety and security. These are people that have been accused of meddling in our democracy and our democratic process in the 2016 election. And President Trump, the criticism is because he seemingly backed away from that and somewhat attacked his own intelligence service.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, it sounds like he tried to equivocate and say that he had great faith and confidence in President Putin's denials, but also wanted to support and agree with intelligence services. I think at the end of the day, this is one of the places where the American people, as well as many of the pundits who watched the 2016 race, were concerned about Trump standing on the world stage. Would he be experienced enough? Would he actually accept the advice of his counsel and of his team? And it sounds like, as of today, not only in this instance, but in the last couple of weeks, he has decided that he was going to go his own way.
Well, you know, there are reports, actually the Wall Street Journal quoting sources this morning that said that the White House officials going into this wanted him to kind of, you know, come out strongly, you know, kind of deal in a heavy-handed way during the news conference. And he did the opposite. He just, you know, this president does what he wants. I do, though, Justin, want to read to you this tweet from ex-CIA chief John Brennan, who specifically was attacked by the president. He says Donald Trump's press conference performance in Helsinki rises to and exceeds the threshold of high crimes and misdemeanors. It was nothing short of treasonous. Not only were Trump's comments imbecilic, he is wholly in the pocket of Putin. Republican patriots, where are you? Question mark. Now listen to what President Trump said to Tucker Carlson last night about this issue.
I think Brennan's a very bad guy, and if you look at it, a lot of things happened under his watch. I think he's a very bad person. I also think that when you watch Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, when you watch all of the things that have happened, and Comey, you take a look at that, and McCabe, who's got some pretty big problems, I assume. You look at the deception, the lies. These are people that, in my opinion, are truly, they're bad people, and they're being exposed for what they are.
He spoke with Tucker overnight. That is going to air tonight, Justin, on Tucker's show. What do you make of the president's rebuke of John Brennan?
Well, I mean, what comes out of that for me really is the intense personal nature of it. And I think this is something that the president has done regularly, and I suspect that Strzok's testimony last week, which was a circus in and of itself, is very, very fresh in the president's mind, and that tends to color an entire institution, in fact, perhaps an entire umbrella organization of national security, and that may have driven much of his comments. He did, you know, the follow-up tweets where he seems to be contradicting himself suggest that I think it's really more personal than it is institutional.
Well, it's a lot of firing, that's for sure. And on the heels of that, Howard, last question to you. Do you expect more administration officials, intelligence officials to quit after what happened yesterday?
That's a great question. I mean, I think for the last several months, if not the last year, you've seen a president undercut his own intelligence community, undercut, officials who have weighed in on matters of national security. I do imagine that morale will continue to be an issue. And we've seen from leaders of the FBI and other places that, have come in and weighed in publicly and said, hey, morale's been an issue.
Yeah,
sure.
It certainly has been. More to come, I'm sure. Howard, Justin, thanks for weighing in this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.